It's like you find her or she's gone, especially with young kids like that, because I lost my son. I know that feeling. Sorry, guys. Whenever I do a rescue of a young child, that comes to the surface. I was down at Backpackers Rip. I'm watching a father and his daughter in the foreground, and then all of a sudden I see this young girl. She's going to go under, and if she goes under and disappears into that deep hole, another 30 seconds or another 40 seconds underwater, it's like you find her or she's gone. You go strip down, get the board, get in the water, hope you don't get slowed up by waves coming in, and then sprint to the patient. Okay, stay here with me.
Thank you.
I think I used close to all the 30 seconds to get to her. Yeah, she was definitely at a point, a serious point by the time I made contact with her.
Right? Okay, I'll take you in safely, okay?
It's like a 5-year-old kid on Terry's board. You know, we rescue thousands of adults a year, but we might only do a handful of kids, little kids, you know, and every time one of the boys does a rescue of a kid, it's a big deal.
All right.
So much.
My daughter nearly drowned then.
Yeah.
Okay, you need to go to the red and yellow flag.
Yeah.
Watch your back.
Thank you.
Okay.
Especially with young kids like that, because I lost my son. I know that feeling. Sorry, guys. My boy was trapped in the birth canal and had complications which cut the oxygen off for 10 minutes, but the result was a week later that he died. Whenever I do a rescue of a young child, that comes to the surface. If she'd lost that beautiful little girl, she'd know what I'm talking about, you know?
I was telling my brother, then I recognized it was Thursday because I was away. Oh my God! Never follow me, okay? Jesse, never follow me in seas. I might get into danger. And you're smaller and weaker swimmer than me, so you can always follow me. Okay.
It's a quiet, weekday morning in late summer. At Bronte, freelance photographer Fergus Woolveridge shoots images of everyday life at the beach. He's about to witness one of the most confronting rescues lifeguards have ever conducted.
The reporter I was with called me back, and I came running back down. She's like, "Oh, something's going on, you know, in the water."
There was a little blob, like, swimming out, and then so I turned around and everyone was sort of looking, and I said, "Any strong swimmers? Go."
I've noticed all the other boys running around like crazy, and so something bad had happened.
And I heard the mum screaming, "Noah, Noah."
There's a radio call to the Bondi Tower. A 2-year-old girl has drowned at Bronte.
They're doing CPR, 2-year-old. Get down there. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, copy, Harry. We've got an ambulance way now, mate.
2-year-old. Do we need someone over there? It's a 2-year-old doing the water. Oh, mate, someone's...
Hey, I'll go. All right. You want to go?
It wasn't until I grabbed my board and I just seen just a tiny little body just behind the breakers. It turned out to be a little girl. Just as I saw her, she was trying, still going for it, up and down, head bobbing under the water. But not long after that, she just sort of flattened out and was underwater. And she was just like 5 or 6 metres from me underwater. It was heavy. By the time I got to her, she was blue, not breathing.
The distraught mother is on the shore. Mouse performs CPR on the girl's tiny body.
Yeah, I gave her two
mouth-to-mouth.
breaths. She just went from being blue and doing nothing to a little cough and a little like eye flicker, and then she started crying, and then Sammy started crying, and then we just had like a little hug, and then we had to get her in.
Meanwhile, the girl's father is also rescued. He was close to drowning himself.
She awake?
Yeah, make sure she's awake. Keep her awake, okay? Yeah, okay. Let's keep walking up to the car, sweetheart. Where's your husband? Because someone should be probably looking at him because he's taking some water too.
The tiny girl's name is Noah Kim. Her family are on holidays from Korea. Father June was underwater when he was rescued.
Your daughter should be okay, so, but you need to make sure someone looks at you and listens to your chest.
How long was she unconscious? Mate, who knows? You know, maybe 3 to 3 minutes.
That was insane. I'm paddling out, I can see her body in the water, just her body, and I got hit by a wave, lost my board, and she's like 5 metres from me.
Mate, and
then H-Man just threw me his board, and I was just yelling at these surfers.
And then once she came good and she vomited and that, we knew she was okay. I've turned around and the other surfers, the local Bondi guys, just had this other guy just holding him up. He was just like out as well, and I was just thinking, what's going on here, you know?
Noah will spend 2 days in intensive care at Sydney Children's Hospital.
This is how quick this stuff happens, you know. I mean, you can't tell people enough that, you know, you lose your feet, you're gone within seconds, you know. Kids home with me because I've got a 2-year-old, so, you know, it's just that thought of not being able to get her back.
These guys did an amazing job. That definitely defies odds being a lifeguard. Just watching Mouse resus a 2-year-old child.
Unbelievable. I was just lucky Bobby was here too.
6:45 p.m. The flags go down and lifeguards deliver their final warnings.
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The lifeguards have taken the red and yellow flags down for the day, so the beach is closed. Essentially, you are swimming at your own risk. If you are not a strong swimmer, we do recommend you go home and come back tomorrow. Thank you.
We were just about to walk out the door, and I just spotted these 2 girls. These 2 younger girls just in that little rift there. I might just head down just really quickly. Oh, they're so young, they're so helpless.
In time-critical rescues, the lifeguard in the passenger seat goes first.
Yeah, she's putting her hand up. Yeah, boy, his hand's gone up.
I cleared that area out before I came up, about 10 minutes ago.
It's Jethro's first serious rescue since returning from injury.
There was a thought in the back of my head that, like, this is the first time you're going to paddle real hard.
Go.
The fate of these 2 girls weighs on Jethro's shoulders.
I could see that they were youngish girls and the fear was in their eyes.
They're both like crying, eh?
They're little, they should have. I don't know where their mum or someone is.
They were screaming for help when I was paddling out, so you just got to go. You got to go hard. When you're rescuing young kids, time's on your side.
They might not make it in.
You really don't know how long they got left in them to fight.
Jethro learns why the girls couldn't hear earlier warnings from lifeguards. Because they're deaf.
They looked at each other in a weird way as if like to acknowledge what was going on, and they worked together as a team, and yeah, never seen anything like it.
The young girls are sisters. On shore, Harrison looks for their parents.
If I could hear the screams 50 metres away on the beach, surely the parents could hear the screams.
Is that the mum on the shore in the black shirt?
It's the grandmother. She's dead.
The grandmother has been trying to signal the girls for the last 10 minutes.
She was on the water's edge helpless. She couldn't let anyone know that her kids are in trouble. She couldn't run up to us, you know. She just started doing sign language to me, and I felt my heart sunk a bit, actually.
We didn't know we was moving back, and yeah. Me and Samantha thought it was gonna be fun way back, but we would drown because water splashed over my face. I told Samantha, why say help?
When you're out in the water, you hear, you know, the seagulls, the crashing of the waves. They couldn't hear anything. Not being able to hear anything or knowing that the lifeguard's coming to get you, that'd be your worst nightmare.
I learned from school about RIP, and I thought it might be RIP, so I do follow what teacher taught us. So help, yeah.
Jethro's first serious rescue since returning to full duties is a resounding success.
Down here we see people from so many different walks of life, and it definitely makes you reflect and realise how good our job is down here at the beach.
Thank you.
When you rescue two girls like that, yeah, it feels really good to send them home.
There's a long history of folklore about how to treat a blue bottle sting.
It started out with vinegar, and then it was like cold water.
Rub sand into it. We used to use this Bluo, which was a toilet detergent, which we put into mixed with water.
We typically go with the ice just because it's the easiest for us to hand out.
So, what is the best treatment? Mel Murray from the Australian Museum studies these unwelcome visitors.
There are a huge amount of old wives' tales that are out there. The preliminary research that's been done on the venom and the toxins, they believe that it's a protein-based toxin. So heat kills the protein.
Right.
Some sprays help neutralise the poison, but the most effective treatment is to immerse the sting in hot water.
So that stops the venom from being injected, and it also stops it from travelling around further.
Late morning, and the beach is still under siege. A boy presents to the tower after his very first swim at Bondi.
Got a bit of a sting here. Oh, that's all right.
9-year-old Zach has suffered a blue bottle sting over his entire leg.
Relax a little bit. Okay. Just chill out.
Everyone's reaction to a blue bottle sting is vastly different. This kid was screaming, and I'm thinking, oh, you know, maybe it's just a little bit of an overreaction. I'm thinking, oh, this'll calm down in a little while.
No, this is the magic spray. That's all right.
No. It didn't really calm down at all.
Zach arrived from the UK just 4 hours ago.
Got attacked by probably one of the worst things that can happen to you at the beach. So, you know, I think for the poor thing, it was just this horribly overwhelming scenario.
Enough.
That poor father was watching his son scream for help, and he couldn't do anything, and we really felt for him.
Applying hot water is impractical in the tower.
Look at this. It's going to fix it. Here we go. Good stuff. It's going to fix it.
It doesn't hurt as that.
Where's
It was a really difficult moment to not be able to take a child out of its pain and settle it down. That was just becoming extremely hard to watch.
Team leader Harries decides to take Zach to the showers and neutralise the pain with hot water.
I'm a bit rattled.
So we get him across the road to some hot water, which we think, you know, is a good chance of doing some good, and now we hit another speed bump.
Zach refuses treatment.
And can you blame him? He's just come out of the water and had a really bad experience. He's not so fond of going near water again.
It's going to make it feel better, I promise you. Put some water on it, yeah? That's it. It's going to be okay. Just want to put a little bit of warm water. Good boy. Okay. It's all right. You want to come out?
No, keep doing it.
Okay, good boy. Oh, it's okay.
Then things get even more complicated.
All of a sudden, I turn around and Dad's feeling faint.
A good idea to get the ambos, have a look at him. Dad's not feeling very well now.
He's obviously built up a whole heap of adrenaline to protect his son, and then all of a sudden that adrenaline works off and he's in pain and he's just about to faint.
Sam, we're just worried about Dad now. His glands have come up in his groin, which is not a nice feeling either. So, you know, I think Dad's doing pretty well to hold up and be pretty stoic despite the odds.
I've got a son around the same age as Zach, so I can imagine exactly how the father feels.
I thought he was going to go into a seizure.
Mate, what do you think about using a methoxy whistle?
100% Singos. Yeah.
The green whistle is an analgesic gas that provides powerful pain relief. Harry's also decides it's time for backup.
Ambulance, thank you. He might be in that 1 percentile where he's actually allergic to blue bottles.
Zach's father is back on his feet as lifeguards administer the green whistle.
So what you got to do is you've got to put it in your mouth like this, all right, and just breathe it in, and it's going to take the pain away for you. Breathe, good boy. Good boy, okay? Nice deep breath, good boy. I know. I know. Look how brave you've been. There you go. Oh, wow. Good man. That's progress. See, we're getting a lot better, aren't we?
Yeah. How good silence. Huh? The sweet sound of silence. 10 minutes ago, wasn't the case.
Yeah. That'll be a friendship being stung by a jellyfish. Or a big jellyfish.
Never seen a kid like that before. He's like almost possessed. And now he's in the shower, cruising.
Paramedics arrive to find a much calmer patient.
What do you reckon? Normal panda? Yeah, I'm 37.1. Good man.
Zach is given a clean bill of health.
Hey Zach, that was your first trip to Australia, mate.
Yeah, love this place.
What do you think of Bondi?
Thumbs down.
Hey, what do you think of these guys?
Oh, yeah! The situation started to come back into a normality sort of scenario, and gee, that was a big relief.
Well, I think it was shock. I think it was just shock. He didn't know what to do, and it's hurting.
Perfect. All right, see you later, guys. How are you?
So I'm going to go swimming. I'm going to go swimming in the swimming pool instead of the sea.
And Dad will sit there with a beer watching him.
Nicola is focused on the water, but it's on the sand where a problem emerges.
Backpackers to Central. I've got a missing 11-year-old boy. His name's Yosin. He was seen about half an hour ago. He was swimming with his uncle. Copy.
Taking her eyes off the water for even a moment risks tragic consequences.
The list of distractions you can have on a busy day down at Bondi go from like 1 to 1,000.
Disturbingly, the 11-year-old boy was last seen in the water.
The hardest part of dealing with a lost child is trying to comfort the parents. They get very distressed.
It's okay, we'll find him. Was he in the flags or was he swimming here?
Neither one of them was like swimming in the ocean. Okay.
Obviously, we get quite concerned if you've got a missing kid because if they were in the water, if that's the last place they were seen, you know, that's a huge cause for alarm.
They come out and they think they're in the same spot, but they're not. So they start walking around, they get lost.
I was multitasking. If you can't multitask, then you're going to find yourself in some serious trouble.
Nick to Tommy, just got 2 right inshore. I'm just a little bit distracted with this lost kid for the moment, get a little bit more info. There's a lot of people inshore who aren't great, so if you could do that thing again where you just kick them back over to the north, that'd be great. Yeah, copy, Nick.
Then, to everyone's relief,
Nick's essential, all good, kid's been found. Thank you.